So I got to know Bob through Mike and the group, the breakfast group that we were talking about. And then I originally started doing some work with Bob and his wife, Fellini. They run a couple local magazines, the Stroll magazines. And so I started having, soon after I met them, loved everything they shared with that, loved kind of how they approached it. Very relationship based, very community based. And so I started advertising with them. And then in the course of some of these, seeing Mike and friends over these Thursday morning, they'll talk about, looking to hire somebody else. I'm looking for Tim number 2. We're looking to grow. And at that time, we were going a little bit more into the commercial space, and I was doing a lot of work just trying to generate partnerships and sort of the closest thing we could get to sort of recurring business, repeat business in our world, and different verticals. I think I might have mentioned last time we talked, Dr. Ben Hardy, who's written a few books, and he had written a book called Who Not How. And Who Not How is just, it was amazing.
You gave me a copy of that book.
I did. And so it's funny, as I'm getting introduced to Who Not How, and talking to Mike and these guys about who I'm looking for, Bob comes to me and says, "Hey, I've got an idea." And we started talking, and I was like, holy crap, like, this is my who. Like, instead of Brad trying to figure out how am I going to do this, like, how am I going to get my foot in the door here? How am I going to do this? Or how am I going to get to know them? How are they going to get their attention? I was like, oh, what if I have a who knows these folks? And so from a business development perspective, as Mike was saying, it was a hand in glove fit for how we were trying to grow and where we were headed, and bring on a key who to the team. And so it was just, timing is everything, and everything was kind of synced up right at the once it was a couple conversations, and going back to the franchise model, this is veering off like the typical path, but I still am really committed to the vision, and Bob in that role was part, and is part of that vision.